Hello and welcome to the first lecture of this new module on excellent strategy, marketing strategy formulation process in this course on marketing strategy excellence. So the purpose of this section or module is to help you understand in depth how to formulate an excellent marketing strategy, and that is the core of this course as you see. At the end of this lecture, what you will learn is specifically in this lecture, we will talk about overview, and then next couple of lectures, we will talk about setting goals, how to identify target markets, and develop value propositions. So that is the plan for this section. So we will begin by doing an overview of how can we formulate an excellent marketing strategy. So how do you think you can formulate an excellent marketing strategy? And let's recap the strict definition of marketing strategy as uh, figuring out uh, figuring out the target market and value proposition that can produce extraordinary performance versus the goals that you have set in terms of the focus and benchmarks with the minimum company resources. Now, there will be other things that we will talk about in this course about how to then set tactics because a strategy cannot be implemented well, as we saw, without the tactical connect. So we will talk about what are the tactics that marketing offerings that will translate this strategy for implementation to produce those extraordinary results with minimum resources versus the goals, right? So with that recap of the excellent marketing strategy, how can you formulate the first part of the strategy? Forget about the tactics right now. We will take that up later on. Any thoughts on that? Okay, so it's a three-step process because if we are looking at an excellent marketing strategy, we need to obviously set goals. Any strategy, including in a marketing strategy, needs to work towards achieving certain goals. So the first step would be for this excellent marketing strategy formulation will be to set goals. The second major element of the strategy, the second part of the process, which is the first part of the element of the strategy, is identifying the right target markets. And we talked about the target markets in terms of those five components, the customers, the competitors, the collaborators, the company itself, and the ecosystem or the context, right? So how to identify what are the ideal, these five C's that will constitute the target market is the second important piece of formulating this excellent marketing strategy. The third is to develop a value proposition. And if you remember the value proposition, it's for the collaborators, for the company, and for the customers, definitely in the reverse order. So we will talk about how can we develop a value proposition that can make your strategy excellent and get these outstanding results or extraordinary results versus the goals that you would have set why by the application or translation of this strategy into tactical things like all the offerings that we saw there. So the key part of formulating excellent marketing strategy are setting the goals, identifying the right target markets where you could develop a value proposition that you could deliver through your tactical means to get extraordinary results with minimum company resources versus the goals that you would set. And that would be the overall process of formulating an excellent marketing strategy. So what do we do next? Having looked at what is the overall process, we will get into how do you go about setting the goals. While it may seem very simple that setting goals could be like, let's set some goals, right? But what is the right? Because goal setting is important. If you set the wrong goals, your strategy would definitely be wrong. So we need to go and set the right goals. So how do you go about setting these goals is the topic of the next lecture. So thank you so much for watching this first lecture of this module, this section on excellent marketing strategy formulation in this course on marketing strategy excellence. I hope you're beginning to learn something new, you're beginning to enjoy, and I do look forward to see you again in the next lecture.